Hey y'all, and welcome back. Now today we will be reviewing another slapped hand video, and it is titled Weird and Scary Clips to Cure Your Boredom. So without further ado, let's get started.
Do it again.
A video recently shared to Reddit by user LifePatience6751 has stirred discussion about whether an unsettling moment captured on camera was caused by something supernatural.
Do it again.
The clip, which the uploader says originally belongs to a friend, shows the camera operator filming inside what appears to be a bedroom.
Do it again. Jesus fucking Christ.
The person filming can be heard repeatedly saying, "Do it again," as if daring or baiting whatever might be causing the movement to keep going.
Do it again. Do it again.
After a few moments, the cameraman gets up and walks out of the room. There, a cat can be seen staring towards the door, seemingly aware of something unusual happening.
Okay. Shadow? Shadow?
In the comments section, the uploader clarified that the video wasn't his, but his friend's. However, he did offer his own theories for the strange occurrence. At first, I thought it was his cat, and then I thought maybe the sliding door was open. He says it wasn't, but I'm still skeptical. Still creeped me out though, because I know the dude isn't the type to lie about something like this. He noted that both a window in the friend's bedroom and a window in his child's room were open, which could create a draft strong enough to move the door.
Do it again.
Without more context, it's impossible to say for sure what caused the door to move. So what's your take? Was it just the wind, or could something paranormal be to blame? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.
Now, I really enjoyed this one just simply because the uploader, who didn't film this, of course, actually came with it with a logical conclusion. He stated that two windows on opposite sides of the house, apartment, whatever it is, now they were open. Even the tiniest of breezes coming through that window will sit there and can open or slam a door. I've seen it myself personally. I've even had where I have old doors and everything, so even a little bit of cross breeze or something, it'll either pop that door right open or it'll slam it too. So at the end of the day, this can be easily explained, even with the tiniest of breezes. Just that kind of more of a vacuum sort of setup where, you think of your house as a vacuum, but when then you start bringing in and having that airflow from two alternating sides with windows open, it's going to create a breeze, and it will also create that suction that's going to sit there and either open the door or close the door. So this one I say is pretty cut and dry. Let's move on to the next.
A short but unsettling video has caught the attention of paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike. The footage, reportedly from a home security camera in the Philippines, was shared by the poster on behalf of a friend's relative. According to the description, the family's grandmother who lived in that house had recently passed away. Many suggested that the cause could be purely mechanical. If the appliance was older or imbalanced, it might react this way. However, others, considering the recent death of the grandmother who had lived in the house, wondered if it could be a spirit making its presence known. For those who knew the family and the history of the home, the incident felt more personal. The sudden and unexplained nature of the event, combined with the emotional weight of the grandmother's recent passing, gave it an eerie significance.
Now, while it's always such a sad occasion to hear someone's family members done passed away and everything, But, just to start, I'm just trying to figure out what type of relationship they had in the first place if they were saying that they felt it was their granny was trying to communicate with them. 'Cause she done tore up that washing machine. I ain't never seen one move like that unless there was some sort of slip belt or something in there that's gonna, like a load imbalance that could really just knock it off its feet. Now, I tell you, there was one time in the middle of the night doing laundry, and all of a sudden, it started rocking so fast. It started walking across the floor, the washing machine. So, yeah, first thing I thought, oh, I didn't think of a possession or a ghost trying to get in touch with me or anything like that. No, I thought maybe the clothes weren't in there and in just a right angle, and that they were like one side might have had a bit more clothing than the rest of it, and that might have caused an imbalance to cause it to start walking. I mean, my brain automatically is not going to sit there and automatically think, oh, well, it's my granny trying to contact me through the washing machine. No, there's something really, really, really big problem with that washing machine. I think they need to go and consult with the Maytag repairman. What y'all think? Let's move on to the next.
A chilling clip uploaded to TikTok by user Scamander has gone viral, leaving thousands of viewers feeling uneasy. The short video, posted with the caption, "I think there's someone at my door," appears to be taken from a doorbell security camera and captures an encounter that quickly turns unsettling. There's no knock, no attempt to speak, just that eerie, silent approach. The comments section quickly lit up with people expressing how disturbed they felt watching the footage. While the video gives off strong horror film vibes, some commenters tried to offer rational explanations, suggesting the person could have been lost, confused, or even experiencing a medical or mental health crisis. Whether this was an innocent misunderstanding, someone in distress, or something far more sinister, the footage has many viewers spooked.
Now, yeah, I have to agree with everybody. This is a bit creepy and unnerving, but I feel like personally, this person is seeing a side of this world that very few of us see ever, honestly. So I just want to leave it at that, because if I try to go into detail a little bit more, it might not sound just great, for this sort of channel. All right, so let's move on.
A mysterious photo dating back to around 1938 is making waves online after being shared to the Wandering Ghost Facebook page. The eerie image, supposedly sent to a Canadian neurobiologist by the name of Dr. Kimberly Molto, has since sparked debate among believers, skeptics, and paranormal enthusiasts alike. The photograph is said to have been taken by a woman in Ontario, Canada, who intended to document a before and after shot of her unfinished basement, which was long overdue for renovation. According to the woman, her husband had died several years earlier in that very basement. Yet in the dim lighting of the photograph, someone can clearly be seen in the background, sweeping the dark corner of the room with a broom in hand. While the woman insists no one else was present at the time the photo was taken, viewers have been split on how to interpret it. Some speculate the image could show a residual haunting, a common paranormal theory where a spirit is not intelligent or interactive, but rather an echo of past energy, repeating the same action endlessly, as if imprinted into the fabric of a location. Despite the emotional backstory, some viewers remain skeptical. A few pointed out that double exposure, a common occurrence in early film photography, could explain the ghostly image. Whether this photo is an authentic glimpse into the afterlife, a case of old-fashioned photographic error, or something in between, it continues to fascinate those who come across it.
Now, this photograph right here is an old one. So, therefore, there's more of a habit, especially with, I don't know exactly precisely what type of camera they were using with this, but since it was 1938, I'm more than certain it ends up being maybe a camera that was possibly within the family for a lot longer. Things like that weren't readily available for people like they are nowadays. Back then, if you had a camera, it cost you a lot of money, or it was passed down through the family because somebody in the family had it before previously. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this right here is a classic example of a double exposure, just simply because back in the day it was a little bit harder to, especially if it's an older camera that might have been within the family, there could have been possibilities of slight dings and damages within it that could create more light exposure in the photo, and also having errors within the gears and things like inner mechanisms of the camera. So you could have a double exposure and it looked just like this right here that we were viewing previously. So in my opinion, this is a really great example of a double exposure. I mean, it's great to think that this person possibly was hoping that maybe that there was their significant other had passed on before previously. So it's good to give a person a little bit of hope when seeing something like that. But at the end of the day, this is just a double exposure, and it's a really good one too. Let's move on to the next one, shall we?
In recent months, bizarre sightings of winged humanoid creatures have emerged from the Chicago area, adding to a growing vein of reports that challenge both geography and explanation. In July of this year, a Chicago resident named Ryan reported observing what appeared to be a Mothman-like figure perched atop a condominium ledge near Lake Michigan. From his fourth-floor bedroom window, he noticed two bright red, laser-like eyes that he initially thought were building lights. But as he watched, the figure revealed itself as a tall humanoid with wings, which then unfolded and took flight toward the lake, vanishing swiftly into the night sky. Previously, on March 5th, 2024, another remarkable sighting occurred in Evergreen Park, Illinois. While waiting in a Culver's drive-thru, a woman reported seeing a humanoid creature with greyish-black wings and muscular legs leap from a rooftop and disappear into a community park. The witness described the wings as angel-like, unfurling yet oddly stiff, and the creature seemed to bound across the sky with uncanny speed and purpose. Both sightings echo a broader pattern of paranormal occurrences across the Lake Michigan region. Reports of large bat or bird-like humanoids with a mysterious, often menacing presence are not uncommon in local folklore and ongoing investigations. Many of these encounters occur at night, in or near parks, urban peripheries, and along the lakefront. Witnesses typically describe creatures that walk upright, possess unnatural wingspans, and induce a strong feeling of dread. These recent accounts lend fresh fuel to a growing mystery. Are they elaborate hoaxes, misidentified wildlife, or true sightings of a mysterious cryptid? Perhaps the truth may never be known.
Well, this one is pretty hard to do, considering there ain't no video footage, no camera footage, nothing of the supposed Mothman that was seen in Chicago. Now, quick little thing. I don't know if any of y'all know about Mothman. I'm pretty sure y'all do. If you're listening to my channel, I'm more than likely certain you do know about Mothman. But, as y'all know, Mothman was seen around Point Pleasant, West Virginia, around like 1960s, like late 1960s, like 66, 67, something like that. And most of the things that was going on with that was, it was a lot of conspiracy surrounding the U.S. Army or the U.S. military in general. And people were thinking that this was a possibility of a biological weapon, possibly. That they were trying to create this super soldier or something, because this is at the good bit of time where the tensions were pretty high during the Cold War. And, there was a lot of sightings supposedly around Point Pleasant, West Virginia, with some of the biggest things happening were a bridge collapse after the fact that people had seen it. And it started up another conspiracy that the Mothman was a omen bringer almost. You know, y'all heard the movie Mothman Prophecies, right? So basically it was almost like he was foretelling certain doom and gloom that was happening in and around Point Pleasant, West Virginia, because a lot of things during this time of these supposed sightings and everything happened to have pretty bad consequences along the line. I talked about the bridge, for example, but there were several other instances. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but there was also a book. That's what actually had started the creation of the film, basically, of Mothman Prophecies. There was a book called Mothman Prophecies, and it actually went into a bit more detail about the situations that happened within Point Pleasant. It's supposedly based on true occurrences, like I'd say true eyewitness accounts and things like that had happened within Point Pleasant. And I haven't read the book personally. I mean, I want to, but I just haven't had the time. I got so many books on my to-read list that I really, if I sat here and tried to name them all, we're going to be sitting here all day, but that's besides the point. So, I mean, without any photographic evidence of this, I can say this possibility of something, especially since it's a major city like Chicago, as more than likely it was something that is man-made, something that was, I'm not going to go and say drone, just like what they were saying about the whole sightings and everything in New Jersey. But, you know, I digress on that because we'll go open up another can of worms on that one. And anyway, yes, without the evidence, I really can't speculate too much on it. I could tell y'all a little brief summary like I did about Mothman, but other than that, there's nothing else I can really say about, you know, hearsay. So let's move on to the next one, shall we?
A viral TikTok video posted by user Lauren Seski has left viewers amused and a little unsettled after capturing a dog in an unusually human-like pose on the stairs. The animal, unaware that it is being filmed, is sitting upright, almost exactly like a human perched on a step. The camera holder then moves to capture a different angle from the opposite side of the stairs. This time, the dog appears to be leaning forward with its back curved in a more natural canine position, looking up at the owner with what some viewers described as a guilty or calculating expression. The comments section quickly filled with a mix of awe, humour, and genuine creepiness. One viewer wrote, "I know a skinwalker when I see one." Another added, "The way he's staring at you like he's trying to determine how much you saw." Despite the spookier interpretations, many pointed out that this kind of behaviour isn't uncommon in certain dog breeds. In this clip, we see another dog sitting in a similarly human fashion on stairs. So while it may look eerie, it's probably nothing supernatural. Still, the combination of timing, posture, and the dog's lingering stare was enough to creep out some viewers.
Now, can I ask y'all just one simple question? Why is it that whenever somebody sees an animal doing something that don't look like a particular animalistic trait, like a dog sitting like a human or a cat sitting like a human, you know, why do they automatically want to scream skinwalker? Honestly, answer that question for me. I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, just because you ain't never seen it don't mean that an animal don't do it. Maybe he was comfy that way. Maybe something was hurting him, so he had to just sit a certain way. And then, oh, okay, he got that whatever it was fixed that he needed, and maybe it felt comfortable for him. You never know. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't just throw the word skinwalker around every time an animal does something that we don't possibly think an animal can do. Animals can do a lot of things. I mean, for one, look at one of the most populous animals in the world, humans. We're mammals, so therefore, we're animals. I mean, come on. Skinwalker for that dog. Now, if I sat there and tried to sit there and scream Skinwalker for my cats doing some crazy things, then I might be saying Skinwalker all day long. Now, I know I'm playing lightly with this, and I should not be saying that word as often as I'm just saying it right now. But at the end of the day, people need to understand the differences and what they're really talking about. I mean, right now, honestly, I've seen animals do things like that. I mean, I've seen a cow lean up and look like he was sitting down on the back of a truck before. Don't mean he's a skinwalker now, does it? Nope. It just means he found a comfortable spot and he thought it was like, ooh, this is nice. I can rest a little bit. Simply put, that's all it is. Animals do strange things. Humans do strange things. It don't mean we're a skinwalker. Now, before I go back more into this rant, let's move on to the next.
Discovered on July 1st, 2025 by the ATLAS telescope in Chile, 3I Atlas is the third confirmed interstellar object to pass through our solar system, following the famous Oumuamua in 2017 and 2I/Borisov in 2019. With a hyperbolic orbit and immense velocity, astronomers agree the object hails from far beyond our solar neighbourhood. Based on its galactic trajectory, some researchers estimate it could be as old as 14 billion years, possibly predating our solar system itself. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, known for his provocative theories on extraterrestrial technology, has reignited debate by suggesting 3I Atlas might not be a natural comet, but an alien probe or spacecraft. While Loeb acknowledges that a natural explanation is most likely, he calls this scenario a legitimate pedagogical exercise in thinking beyond conventional boundaries. Avi Loeb points to several unusual features of 3I Atlas that in his view warrant serious consideration of a non-natural origin. One of the most striking anomalies is the comet's path. It's aligned within just 5 degrees of Earth's orbital plane and is set to pass close to Venus, Mars, and Jupiter, a sequence that's statistically improbable if the object arrived randomly. This unusual trajectory raises questions about whether the object's course could be intentional or directed. 3I Atlas will reach its closest point to the Sun on October 29, 2025, at a time when Earth will be on the far side of its orbit. That means Earth-based observers will have limited visibility of the object, prompting speculation about whether this timing could be deliberate, perhaps to avoid detection. Loeb cautions against dismissing the possibility of extraterrestrial technology too quickly. He argues that doing so could blind us to rare or subtle signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. While he acknowledges that a natural explanation is most likely, he insists that science should remain open to unconventional possibilities, especially when faced with unexplained patterns. Many in the astronomy community have expressed skepticism over Avi Loeb's alien technology hypothesis, arguing that current evidence points firmly toward a natural cometary origin. One of the leading voices in comet research, Daryl Seligman, notes that 3I Atlas has already shown strong signs of water vapor emission, a hallmark of typical icy comets. This activity was further supported by NASA's Neil Gehrels Swift Observatory, which confirmed the presence of hydroxyl emissions, a chemical byproduct of water breakdown, indicating that the object behaves in line with what astronomers would expect from a natural comet. Other experts, such as astronomers Samantha Lawler and Chris Lintott, have been more direct in their criticism. They argue that Loeb's extraterrestrial probe theory is speculative and lacks the robust evidence needed to support such an extraordinary claim. Echoing Carl Sagan's famous adage, "Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence," they emphasize the importance of caution when interpreting statistical anomalies or unusual trajectories in space. Reputable science outlets like Earth, Sky and Space.com have also weighed in, warning that with thousands of interstellar and solar system objects observed, rare alignments and orbital patterns are bound to occur by chance alone. Still, 3i Atlas continues to be a subject of intense interest. The Hubble Space Telescope and James Webb Space Telescope are both expected to monitor the object closely as it approaches its closest point to the Sun later this year, providing critical insights into its composition and behaviour. In an even more ambitious move, some scientists have proposed using Jupiter's gravity to redirect NASA's Juno spacecraft for a potential flyby of 3i Atlas in 2026, a daring mission still under feasibility review. While the debate around 3i Atlas continues, the consensus among most astronomers remains clear. For now, the object looks to be a rare but naturally occurring visitor from beyond our solar system, rather than evidence of alien technology. However, ongoing observations may yet yield surprises.
And with this clip, this is the end of the episode. Now, I like this clip, and I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with Loeb in a sense that we should keep our minds open to any possibilities. I'll be 100% honest with you. We can't be closed-minded about anything in life, honestly. Now, if the science community and if people were so closed-minded, that we would have majority of our inventions and everything would not happen. We'd still honestly be living in the Stone Age if you think about it. If people did not think outside the box and think of all these different possibilities, then we'd still be living in the Stone Age. More than likely, still living in caves. I mean, you just have to think. I feel like sometimes, and this is just my opinion now. It's not a fact. It's my opinion. I feel the science community nowadays feel as if they have discovered everything that there is needed to be discovered. Sad to say, that ain't true. Over 75% of the earth is nothing but water. And we have only yet went through maybe 5% of water and found things. I mean, think about it. Look how many ships. Just we'll go, not even go for like cryptids or new species of animals or anything. Just think of shipwrecks. How many shipwrecks from World War II are still missing? How many shipwrecks from the Civil War are still missing? How many shipwrecks from the colonization of the Americas went missing? And how many have we found? Not a lot. There are still places where people are searching and scouring the oceans near Japan, looking for planes and ships that went down during World War II, and they can't find everything. Classic, perfect example. Amelia Earhart's aircraft. They talked about having found it. Possibly. Not for certain. But look how long it's been since that plane went missing. And we have yet to specifically tie down that this plane wreck is Amelia Earhart's plane. Like I say, there's so much that there is left to be discovered on Earth, let alone space with its infinite amount of universes and just the infinite amount of stars. I mean, you look out at the sky at night tonight. If it's cloudy, then I can understand you won't see too many. But just look out at the sky and see how many stars you see. Within those stars are solar systems. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Could it be a probe? I don't know. They talk about the water vapor and things like that coming off of it, the emissions and everything. Okay, What if it's a race of extraterrestrials that use water vapor to power their ships? Ever thought of that? I mean, we just recently discovered that the Egyptians used basically almost kind of like a hydroelectric type situation. They built dams, you see. That's what I'm getting at. They built dams to help with the pyramids. Now think about that. If they used hydropower, what's to say that an extraterrestrial's not using it and it's actually better for them to be able to go across the universe? It's just something to think about. I wanted to leave y'all with that thought in your head and just really think about the extra possibilities that there is around the world and around the universe even. So, I hope y'all think about it. Leave it in the comments below. Tell me what y'all think about some of the stuff that was talked about, especially with the comet and everything. So, another interesting fact before I forget on that one. They talk about that it's going to come near the sun's orbit on October of this year. Yet, the scientists, this stuck out with me, and that's why I can't end this like I normally end it, because it's bothering me. Why are they talk about this year? I'm hoping maybe it's something that might have been a mess up on the end of what we were reacting to with his monologue with it and everything. But it's still bothering me. Okay, so hear me out. They talk about in October it's supposed to come near the Earth's orbit, but we're going to be far enough away, so it's going to be closer to the sun, right? Why are the scientists talking about shifting the orbit of another like space shuttle or space satellite next year if it's going to be already done past Jupiter and coming towards us in October? Another thing to think about. So I'll leave y'all with all these thoughts. Let me know what y'all maybe think. Put them in the comments. Let me know. I want to know what y'all think on this. Am I just talking just to talk, or y'all think of something else, maybe something a little different? Do you agree with the scientists, or do you agree with Loeb? I know he's a scientist too, but the other scientists seem to have ostracized him a bit. So, you know what? I'll leave it at that because I will go on a long rant with something like this. So I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. And y'all have a good day.